Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode, is it 13?
13.
13 of the Player to Player podcast. My name's Kirk,
I'm Luke.
and today we've got some news for you. We've got some upcoming games and some events coming.
Yeah.
State of Play is coming really soon.
Yeah.
Summer Games Fest is actually kicking off next Thursday.
Yeah. So this
not
Thursday
tomorrow,
State of Play.
But next week.
Yeah, which is tomorrow for our listeners. And then
No.
What? We're not recording this on Wednesday.
We're airing it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
A week from Thursday, which means a week from tomorrow.
No, I said State of Play is this Thursday.
It's
or
this Thursday?
or tomorrow for our listeners.
I thought you said it was next week.
Summer Games Fest is a week from for our listeners tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not confusing
That's
me.
what I was saying.
I just thought they were both next week.
No,
Okay.
State of Play this week.
State of Play this Thursday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
State of Play tomorrow,
Summer Games Fest a
Fest
week from tomorrow.
a week from tomorrow. That was your fault.
No, it was not.
Okay, so we got Summer Games Fest coming. We got a State of Play. Nintendo Direct is going to hopefully be announced this week, I think.
Okay.
And State of Play is not going to have any first-party stuff. It sounds like we won't be getting any first-party announcements until like September from
Right. So this State of Play,
VR.
of Play is going to be third party and PSVR 2.
Right.
So it's a 30-minute State of Play. So I think maybe 10, 15
10 and
minutes of
20.
VR. Yeah, either 10 and 20 or 15.
Yeah.
It depends on how much VR stuff they have to show us. So.
We
but
had
yeah,
Star Wars Celebration this last weekend.
we did. We got some cool news.
We got some really
We
cool
got some
news.
cool video game news.
We got some cool video game news. We got some cool movie news.
I'm really excited. We
They
talked
announced
about
like 4 series this weekend.
like release dates.
No,
or...
new series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi, which is going to be an animated anthology series.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
So wait, when you say animated, like
like Clone Wars.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be an anthology series about different Jedi. Each episode will be about different Jedi.
Oh,
So one's
cool.
about Ahsoka, and her mom is in it, and it's going to be about how she left for the Order and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I think one's going to be like about Plo Koon and just some like just
Cool.
Jedi
You know what?
stories.
You know what would be really cool is you remember the Star Wars like cartoon, like the 2D one
Yeah.
that we watched growing
Yeah.
up. How cool would it be to see that Kit Fisto story? That would be awesome.
be
The
super-
underwater
oh,
one
yeah,
and
that would be
everything.
cool.
That'd be really cool.
Just to like
Um,
redo it kind of.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
redo it
that'd be
and make
sweet.
it look better.
But it'll
and-
be kind of like that, how each episode was about a
right.
different
Was
thing.
kind of yeah.
So we
That's
get Tales
cool.
of the Jedi, and then we're getting an Old Republic show.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, it's about younglings.
Interesting.
And Yoda will be in it.
oh.
So Yoda
Wait,
is
so isn't that? Oh, so High Republic is
it's High Republic.
okay. So
Yeah.
Old Republic is still what Old Republic, like what you and I know Old Republic, right?
I don't
Or
know
did they
because
call that
High
High
Republic
Republic?
is like 600 years ago or something.
Wait, so no Yoda.
Yoda's how old in episode 1? Like 650, I guess. So it's like
No, because
200 or 400 years ago.
How old is he in 6?
900.
9. So there's not
Yeah, you're right.
200.
You're right. So he's like 850. So I think it's.
Obi-Wan is old, dude.
I'm sorry. Okay. So he's 900 in Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So he must be.
So
like
I guess
850 in episode 1.
600.
It's like 50 years.
Okay. Yeah. I get. Okay. So 600 years. He could still be on the council. Could be a master.
Yeah, totally. No,
Yeah,
he is on the count.
He is.
Said that
Okay.
officially.
And he is the master.
So
like he's a master.
It's
Okay.
yeah. I mean, how can you be on the council and not be a master? It's never been done in the history of the Jedi.
No,
It's
sorry.
insulting.
I didn't mean master. I meant is he like the head of the council at that point?
I assume so. I
Assume
don't
so,
know.
Sure.
That's
gonna be super
All
cool.
it says is Master Yoda is training these younglings, and they're gonna be, like leaving the temple for the first time and going out on their own adventures.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one of
So-
the coolest Clone Wars episodes.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh,
was
when they go to
Younglings.
Ilum.
When they go to get their lightsaber crystals.
Yeah. On Ilum. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was a super cool episode. I think it'll probably be like the same kind of thing, but after that. But it'll be Yoda taking them around on missions. I don't know if he'll be sending them or going with them. Or,
after they
get
have
their
their
crystals
lightsabers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be High Republic, which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's
because
super cool.
It's the first multimedia thing we'll be getting of the High Republic.
Is that coming out before Acolyte? Because Acolyte is High Republic as well.
Yes. I believe this new series is coming out this fall.
Whoa, that's soon.
It might also be early next year.
It's really soon.
Yeah, it is soon. So Tales of the Jedi, whatever that's called, High Republic Kiddos, I forget.
Nailed it.
I feel like there was another series announced. I can't remember. But we got a mini teaser for Ahsoka, a mini teaser for Mando season 3. Neither of which are online. You can find like the cell phone versions, but
really?
they didn't publish them. They were really short. Can I tell you about the Ahsoka trailer?
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Please. It's just somebody's in it.
Nope.
Okay.
This is a spoiler-free podcast. Okay. Remember the conversation we had before?
Well, they introduced Sabine Wren, her actress. They cast her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they cast her. That's not a.
That's awesome. Actually.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Sabine,
and she looks just like Sabine.
In Rebels, Sabine started as my least favorite character, and by the end of it, she was like one of my favorites.
Yeah, top 3, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Sabine is so
Sabine's super cool. So it sounds like it's gonna be Sabine and Ahsoka looking for Ezra.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
that's super cool.
Rebel season 5, pretty much.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very excited. And more people will be in it. I'll just tell you that.
Well, I'm assuming Thrawn got cast.
But more of our favorites.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Do we have a release date on Ahsoka yet?
Ahsoka comes out next year.
Next year.
So Mando comes out February next year.
Yep.
Ahsoka comes out sometime next year. I don't know.
Okay.
They're filming it right now, so
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's fall next year.
Sure.
And then Andor got a release date. That's coming in August.
And that's 2 seasons confirmed already.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. So
I hadn't heard that.
They've already confirmed 2 seasons for it, and the reason they confirmed 2 seasons for it is because it's all one story. Like they made the story that they wanted out of Andor, and they were like, we can't do this in a season, so we're just gonna confirm it for 2 now.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you know how I want it to end?
That Disney's handling this, and obviously it's different producers and things.
Well, of course, but
Dave and John have nothing to do with Kevin, you know. But the way that Kevin wrote his series is like based on story. So Loki's getting season 2. WandaVision definitely is not.
Right.
Falcon and Winter Soldier maybe. It's just kind of
possibly
depending on the story.
Sure.
We've got to get a Thunderbolts show or a movie or something.
Thunderbolts.
But yeah, anyways, different conversation.
Yeah. No. So I'm hoping Andor ends him like looking for the spy on that planet that Rogue One starts on.
Oh, season 2 ends like that.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, we've all done terrible things for the rebellion.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
Yes,
very excited. Yeah, and then in gaming celebration news, Fallen Order 2 got a name.
So it got a name and a teaser.
And it's all CGI trailer. There's no gameplay or anything yet. But
I don't think they gave it a date. I mean next year.
Okay. Oh, so next year confirmed though. Okay.
It is confirmed for next year. It's called Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, so the first one's called Jedi Fallen Order.
Right.
This is Jedi Survivor.
All right. And then we got I'm actually super
the Grand Inquisitor is in it.
So on our Patreon we'll be talking about Obi-Wan. But you said Grand Inquisitor, which made me think of Obi-Wan. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I actually have screenshots if you look through them.
Not really.
Okay. Never mind.
But
yeah, it's just there's a dude in a boxer tank. Looks like the guy has his lightsaber, maybe he doesn't. They cut it weird.
Is this not about the same Jedi?
No, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not who was in the boxer tank.
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Cal and BD are who you're playing. Cal Kestis.
Okay.
Speaking of Cal Kestis, our cousin Daniel went to
the
Disney
happiest
World.
place on earth.
Yes. And he brought me back this bad boy.
Pretty cool.
I'm pretty excited about it.
It's so heavy.
It is so heavy. It was so expensive. It came in a double the size box of any of the other ones, which
I'm so impressed
kind of wild.
by it. Like it's so I'm just gonna hold it for the rest of the podcast, and every time you know me, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Where's the stand?
Give me the thing. It's up there. Anyways, really great, just like that. Okay, that's my lightsaber. Anyways,
more Celebration video game news. Coder 2, which is awesome because we were just talking about Coder 1.
Okay,
so Coder
2 is getting ported to Switch. What?
We're both very excited about it.
I'm more excited about it.
No,
I
you're not.
screamed in my car when I heard about it. You didn't even answer the phone.
I was working.
Sorry.
I'm
more excited about it.
No, that is no.
Point being,
Coder 2 is coming to Switch.
It's not a remaster.
It's not. It's like a port.
It's like an upmaster.
Okay, well, Aspire is moving. They did Coder 1.
Coder 1.
They're moving Coder 2 to Switch, which is cool.
And
but there's more. Go ahead.
They're doing a restored content DLC,
which I'm so excited for.
Luke, tell them what's in the restored content.
The restored content includes an entire new planet.
Well, okay, so we actually don't know what their restored content will get.
Correct.
The cut content consisted of this stuff, and the fans did a restored content mod.
Yeah, there's a very
and because it's called that, it really
mod.
Seems like they're referring to this specific mod.
I would be shocked if we don't get this planet. I forget the name of the planet, but it's an all droid planet, which is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. There's so much stuff about it, and like all of this Coder stuff makes me like. Gives me a little hope for Coder 3. Like,
well,
I don't.
If they,
it would be.
They're not gonna do Coder 3.
Why?
They maybe 15 years from now, after we get Coder remake, Coder 2 remake, and then Coder 3 in the style of the remakes. But they won't do 3 Bethesda style.
I think the remakes will.
Or not Bethesda.
BioWare.
I
think the remakes will be BioWare style.
I don't think so.
I think they will. I think they'll be modeled after it.
I
don't think they're going to go...
Well, whatever they do, I'm saying if we get Coder 3, it won't be like the first 2. It'll be like the next 2.
Right, yeah. But no, I think the next... Coder 2 remake is not confirmed yet, but like... It makes sense that they would do it.
And they're doing the restored content, and they're doing the remake.
Aspire
is my new favorite studio, putting that on the record, because not only have they ported all of the original Star Wars games to Switch, like not all of them, but like most of the good ones.
Right.
We're only missing like Rogue Squadron at this point, and I guess you could ask for the Kyle Katarn games. No, we don't have everything, but we have most of the really good ones.
Sure.
So Shadow of the Empire would be awesome, totally. But that's like a 64 game.
I really hope the restored content comes to other platforms. I want it on PC.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I would rather have it on Switch because I want everything on Switch. But the fact that doing it on Switch, I'm sure they'll make this DLC available on Steam. It wouldn't make any sense not to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Unless they had to do like a different build of the game and it wouldn't be compatible unless they reworked it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, super cool video game Star Wars news. I've been in Star Wars mode for like 5 days. Kenobi was amazing.
I want Coder 3
We're gonna
so
talk
bad.
all about that in our Patreon episode. But yeah, that's just an update on that. What you wanted to talk about something else as well?
Oh yeah, just as like a little quick news thing, Warner Brothers is looking for someone to run DC. Like Kevin Feige.
Heard this before.
So
Jeff Johns
what
used to be their Kevin Feige.
So the good thing though is
like
that they're not keeping the same guy.
And they fired him.
They are aware that their content sucks.
Well, they don't have a guy right now. They don't have a Kevin Feige.
Well, how long ago was the other guy there?
Batman vs Superman.
Ooh.
But he came on halfway through.
Right.
It wasn't his fault.
Sure.
Jeff Johns is not the best comic book writer in the world by any means, but he's one of the best that DC currently has. And they brought him on as a Kevin Feige. He lasted, I don't even think he was on for a year. And they got fired. He got fired because he was doing Kevin Feige's job and they didn't like it.
Right.
So maybe
I don't know.
Because of the success of Joker and Batman, they're like, oh, we actually can make good movies, you know?
Right.
But they just need somebody to.
Yeah, well, they need someone who cares about the stories, who cares about the characters, who, that's super cool.
Yeah.
But also, this comes from the news that Warner Brothers has a new CEO after merging with Discovery.
Right.
And then he also said that he is going to pursue more Harry Potter content. I don't remember. This article came out like a week ago.
What he's basing that off of?
Well, he said he's meeting with J.K. Rowling soon, and that but she has the rights to everything, so like they can't make anything without her. So he at least needs approval to make stuff. But he wants to make content for HBO Max, which is super cool. That's just so my hope for the Harry Potter franchise is the world is so cool. It's such a neat world, and we're getting Harry Potter Legacy.
Yeah.
And if Legacy does really well and they put out more good content, it just means more good video games. Like that's what it's going to turn into. Like because Legacy looks good.
Great.
Looks really good.
I am pumped for that.
So if that kills it and sells really well.
Year.
Yeah, this holiday season. No, it's holiday.
It got pushed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it I've always known as holiday.
Oh, okay,
but
maybe not.
But like, so hopefully that kills it, and then so what's cool about this is that the franchise is bombing right now. The Fantastic Beasts movies they have done so terrible.
Yeah.
The first one did okay, and then the second one did about half at the box office as the first one did,
right?
And it was rated poor. And then the newest one did half of what the second one did at the box office. I think
we all know who's to blame for that.
Yeah, and then they've
it's Amber Heard.
Yeah. Right. Good. Yep.
You don't think so?
No, and then they've like completely pumped the brakes on moving forward to any more. Yeah, because they initially were gonna make 5 or 6.
Beast 3 came out already, right?
Yeah, and it did terrible.
But really that was the end of the trilogy.
Office. No, they were going to.
They had planned to do more.
They announced 5. I want to say they announced that they were going to do. No, 5 total.
Oh.
But they are not moving forward with the next 2.
Gotcha.
At this point, they're not officially canceled, but they've halted
they haven't
them.
Started production on
yeah. So
interesting.
But yeah.
Well, those movies are fine. The first one's pretty good. I haven't seen
the Fantastic Beasts ones.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them.
Oh, you haven't seen them?
I started the first one, but it was late and I fell asleep.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. First up on the news segment, we're just kind of talking news, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is the official news time. Stupid. Steam Deck's latest update is sure to stir debate. This comes from Kotaku.com. And essentially, an ongoing problem with the Steam Deck has been that in order to keep this pocket PC from bursting into flames, the fan is usually on all the time, and it's very loud.
Sure.
That's kind of annoying. If you've ever had a Switch fan kick on, you know how frustrating.
Earbuds.
Yeah, totally. Earbuds. For sure.
They make great noise canceling headphones.
That's
earbuds.
Actually that's a good solution.
Just put earbuds in. Like
anyways, they tried to roll out a fix for it. And basically the fix is you can shut the fans off.
So they're bursting in fire.
Yeah. So if you
fix, Valve.
I think it's like you can just it's like an option they're putting in to turn the fans down. But you'll likely see increases from 4 or 5 degrees as much as 10 degrees Celsius, which is a lot.
That's
a lot.
That's fine.
And according to Kotaku, 10 degrees Celsius could half the expected lifespan of a device from previous studies that have been done.
So if fan noise bothers you, use headphones. Why are you not using headphones? Like,
yeah, well, I usually don't on my Switch.
I mean, yeah, I guess it just depends on what you're playing. Because, yeah, I guess I've never really used headphones.
I play at home.
But I just kind of got used to not using headphones because there was no Bluetooth,
right?
Like when it rolled out, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like, if the fan, but I've never had a Switch fan kick on. Like, it's never been loud. Like, you know. So it's like that hasn't been an issue. But if the fan did kick on, I mean, I'd probably shut it off because it's never happened to me before, and it would scare me.
Yeah.
But no, just like I don't know. Don't shut your fans off. Put headphones on.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Especially because of that. I don't know.
I almost got to see a Steam Deck.
Steam Decks are kind of
in person the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Someone brought one into the place I work to have a screen protector installed.
That's weird.
Well, he had hurt his hand. He just had like hand surgery, so he couldn't apply it. Dude, it was pretty gnarly.
Fair enough.
But we couldn't do it because he didn't buy it there. So like I know it's so dumb. My coworker even went to check with my boss to find out, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't."
I guess
because the reason for that is we screw it up.
Yeah,
if we screw up the screen install, we don't sell Steam Deck screen replacements, so like that actually kind of makes sense.
I guess.
But he was like, I have 3 of them. Like, poor guy just wanted it on, but he hadn't opened it yet because he wasn't going to open it until he could put the screen protector on. So I didn't actually get to see one, but I was this close to being able to like hold one and put it on, and but
lame. Poor guy. What a sad story.
I know. He literally left going to call places to find out where and all the cell phone repair stores were closed that day for some reason. So like that was what I recommended.
He just got it in the mail.
He did. He told me he just got it and he brought
sucks.
it in to get it, and he was like, I haven't even opened it yet, and I was like, oh.
Should have told him to take it to T-Mobile. Yeah. So I don't know. Don't turn them on, whatever you want. But the Steam Decks are geared towards power users anyways. And so I think those people are not necessarily more responsible, but more willing to mess with things like that and deal with the consequences. Marvel MMO news. Got
Didn't
canceled.
even know that was a thing.
It's not a thing anymore.
I don't really care.
Yep. The thing that's interesting about this is this comes from the studio Daybreak, who made the Champions line.
Champions Online. Which one was that?
The one where you can get like different cool superpowers and stuff. It was like City
different
Heroes, but
travel powers at level. Yeah. I remember that one because I just kept creating new characters to see all the different travel powers because they were actually
is
cool.
What survived of the first Marvel MMO that they had been working on and canceled.
That's right. Okay.
So this studio has now canceled 2 Marvel MMOs in the past 10 years.
But do we need a Marvel MMO? I don't know.
Oh, I guess 15 years. It was 2008. It was canceled. My bad. I would love a Marvel MMO. These are the guys that made Champions and DC Universe. And if you've played DC Universe, it's actually really fun.
No, I don't play them. I don't like MMO.
Yeah. Well, I think a Marvel MMO would be cool. Where you make your own character and get
I feel like MMOs are not nearly as big as they were.
That is not true at all.
Really?
Yeah, WoW is still huge. Final Fantasy 16.
Well, when you say huge, like 14? I don't know, like 14? Back, I feel like in the like early-ish 2000s,
Final
like
Fantasy
literally
14's the biggest MMO of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't get the MMO love.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love them either, but I would totally play a Marvel one, especially because most of the time they're free to play.
Yeah, I guess that.
So.
I guess that's what I'm remembering.
You should play the Old Republic.
Were,
the story is really good.
No, thanks.
Whatever.
It
literally plays like a coder game, but
just no, it doesn't. I've played it.
Clearly not. Sony is planning to sell lots of PS4s all the way through 2025. In a financial call yesterday, Sony told investors that no first-party games will be released on the PlayStation 4 in 2025. That means for the next 3 years, they're planning on releasing first-party games on the PlayStation 4.
So I think overall, like, that's a good thing, right?
I totally disagree.
But because of the lack of PS5s, because of the what looks to be a long-lasting lack of PS5s, like going past, like probably years past, like I think that is a good thing.
It's not a good thing because they lied and they said that there would be a clean break between PS4 and PS5. And then we found out that all of the games that we thought were going to be exclusive to the PS5 were also coming to PS4, like Miles Morales, Gran Turismo.
But wait a second. They said there was going to be a clean break, but did they say when that break was going to happen?
Yeah, it was going to happen
during
the PS5
release.
released.
Well, I mean, I don't think that was a straight up lie.
No,
I think
it was for sure. Before the PS5 even launched, they announced that they recanted everything.
Right, but there
was all this talk about we believe in generations and we're gonna have all
right.
these
No.
exclusive
I know what
games
you're saying. I know but like, what is the timeline? What were they saying that at the beginning of 2020, and then like?
Well, they'd been saying it for a while, and then PS5 launched 2020 fall, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And so they even rolled that back before the launch of the PS5.
Well, right, but do you think that's because of the pandemic?
I don't
like.
think so, no.
Do you think that
I think it's because the PS4 has a huge install base of like 100 million, and they want to sell as many copies as they can.
Right, but those most of those PS4 users would be buying PS5s if they were available. What that does to those games
is it limits them. It makes them not be able to run or look as good as they could if they were PS5 only. Because when you devote all that time to PS4,
right,
you're essentially what you're doing is you're developing it on a PS4 and then letting it run really well on a PS5. So we're still getting PS4 games basically halfway into the PS5 generation. So everybody that bought a PS5 is getting shafted.
No. I don't think that's going to be halfway into the generation.
No,
I think
that's 5 years in. 2025 is 5 years.
But
so
I
mean, it's a 10-year generation, which is longer than any other PlayStation.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah. I don't know why I'm defending Sony. I hate them. So like I don't.
So this is their reasoning. The financial report also shows the PS4 is the main platform that drives PlayStation revenue. 65% of PlayStation Store revenue comes from the PS4, and 69% of PlayStation Plus subscribers are still on the PS4. So, are you serious? Jeez. Anyways, you freaking goon. So yeah, of course it makes sense that they're going to continue to make and sell them. It's just frustrating.
For sure. No, I understand that.
And they expect to sell more PS5s than PS4s in 2024. So
Microsoft is better.
So 2 years from now is when they expect to finally be outselling the PS4 with the PS5 with current sales. That blows my mind.
Well, I think that is a production.
The PS4 is outselling the PS5 right now. That's wild.
Production issue.
Yeah, of course it's a production issue. And that's why 2024 they expect to change that.
Right.
But the fact that people are still buying PS4s, like PS5 sell as soon as they go up. Like
right.
You still can't.
Best Buy had some the other day in Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Like a week or two ago.
Were they bundles though?
I don't think so.
Oh wow.
I think they were
and they were on a shelf.
PS5s. Well, no, they are in the back, but
were they reserved?
No, like anyone could walk in and buy one.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's gonna be very rare for a long time.
Yeah, I mean.
No, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. Anyways,
they have a steady stock of Series S's over there. Like
Series S's haven't been hard to find for a while.
No, they haven't.
Series X still.
People sleep on that console too. Like
Series S is an amazing console.
Someone, like I was talking to someone about it.
People turn their nose up at it. If you can't get a Series X, get a Series S. I'm telling you, it will be way better. It's 90% more powerful than the One X.
I'm not sure. Is that true?
Something crazy like that. And it's way smaller.
Quick Resume alone.
Quick Resume is incredible.
Is worth doing. So what on this little tangent here, why don't you think Microsoft makes a $150 disk drive and sell it for the Series S?
They're talking about it.
They are?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would pay that.
Totally.
I think it shouldn't be that much for the consumer. Like I think like $80 is a good price point for that.
I don't know how much it would cost.
But I mean, if you think about it at that point, Series S for $300, disk drive for $150 or whatever.
I don't think a USB disk drive is gonna. Well, I guess it could still have the read-write speed. And it'd have to be really nice.
Maybe it even like. Well, I mean, they wouldn't want to make it so it plugs in, or maybe it has an option to plug into the storage space versus the USB.
It would probably just be USB. Got one on the front.
Well, probably. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like if they wouldn't that theoretically give it faster speeds if they could do that?
I don't think so.
No. Well,
no, because it's the thing that goes in that has the fast read-write speed. Not the port itself that's faster. Because it's USB 3.0, I believe. So.
Yeah. I mean, but again, like if you have a Series S, a Series S with an external disk drive is probably going to perform better than
changing the port is not going to make it faster.
Right. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. An external disk drive would be amazing. Like that would.
Yeah, totally. I think they totally should do that.
For sure should happen.
Well, I mean, they're still talking about. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I guess it's been longer than that now. Several episodes ago, you and I talked about the cloud Xbox that is potentially in development.
Right.
Where it would be like a Fire Stick or a Chromecast or something like that. And there are more rumors swirling all the time that like that is actually going to happen. And the cool thing is Xbox is going to count those as console sales.
Right.
So $100 Xbox is going to be pretty sweet. You'll just have to have really good internet speeds. But yeah.
What's next?
So at the investor call yesterday that Sony talked about all that PS4 stuff, they also announced and confirmed some other things. They confirmed God of War is still coming to Amazon. That show. Horizon is coming to Netflix. They're making Horizon Zero Dawn.
Cool. Show.
Yeah. No, that'll be cool. And they're making a Gran Turismo show.
Why?
I don't know. That's so weird. That's such a weird property to turn into a show.
But hear me out. So, Fast and the Furious. No. Fast and the Furious, the first one. The movie's terrible. The
first one?
Yeah, but it's so good.
I feel like it was good.
It's not. I literally rewatched it like a month or two ago. It's so cheesy, dude. There's so much cheese, and it's like one-liners like, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. And like just all of everyone's like talking about the family line. I haven't seen the new one, but the newest one, but like there's like the family line from the newest one. Right, exactly. Those cheesy like one-liners have been in the show literally since the first movie. Like there was another one I forget what it is, but my point is it's so good. Right. But yeah, like just the cars and the unrealistic street racing and like is so cool. Well, like it's so cool.
Gran Turismo is like not any of that though.
Bro, I'm saying it doesn't need to be that necessarily, but like it like just I think that maybe a car racing TV show, like maybe there's
I have no interest at all. But God of War Amazon will be cool. Horizon Netflix will be cool. Gran Turismo, they haven't announced where that show is going to come. And they are also bringing even more PlayStation games to PC. So this is interesting. This is
still crazy to me that this is happening.
I totally agree.
This gives me hope for Coder on PC.
They're making a lot of money.
Oh, of course they are.
So Sony plans to expand significantly into PC gaming, according to an investor briefly published this week. By 2025, Sony says roughly a third of the games in PlayStation's portfolio will come out on PC.
When does Coder come out?
Coder comes out. I don't think there's a date.
I want it on PC.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want it on PS5 because it's awesome, and I'm gonna play it on my TV.
It'll run pretty cool on a computer.
Totally, it'll run. Okay. So get into our main topic. We've got a whole bunch of video games coming out this year.
Yeah, we're just kind of like go over what's
some of the big
releasing.
Releases. Yeah, so this list is from IGN.com. We didn't put it together ourselves. If there are games missing, please blame them. It wasn't us.
Just know the list. It has a little something for everyone. So it's gonna
something for everyone.
It's gonna be
and
it'll be a good
all
list.
of the games on this will be at least an 8.
Yeah. Well, all the games have a little something for everyone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's see.
We're
first up,
kicking it off with a Star Trek game.
Star Trek Resurgence. Resurgence is a post-Next Generation Star Trek narrative adventure created by a new studio that employs over 20 ex-Telltale developers. Unsurprising given the staff's pedigree, dialogue, options, and conversations will be featured prominently in Resurgence. The developer Dramatic Lab says there will be action sequences as well. The game tells an original story involving the clash of two alien civilizations and features all new characters as well as fan favorites such as Spock. Yeah.
When does this come out?
It'll be like a Telltale game where it's all narrative and stuff, but they're including action, and the action actually looks pretty good.
Is the action like just like quick time events?
No,
or
it's
is
like
it
third person.
Oh, really?
And stuff.
Wow, yeah. That's cool.
And it's not from Telltale, but it's 20 of their developers. a lot. So it's going to be heavily inspired by those. It's coming spring 2022, which, if you ask me, is over already. But it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
This is a great example of a Game Pass game that I want. Like,
definitely.
If this drops on Game Pass on day one, I will absolutely play it. If it doesn't, I will not play this game. Like, I know.
Yeah.
But
it'll be interesting. I'm excited.
I would love
a good Star Trek game.
Cool Star Trek
ever
games. Like, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
It's another world like Harry Potter, where the world is so interesting and cool, and like I would love some other content out of that, you know.
That's for sure.
That's what I mean. And like some good like RPGs, you know, style. Like, there's not a lot of sci-fi, like, space RPGs. I guess we're getting Bethesda one, but like, other than that, it's like Mass Effect, and that, like, that's pretty much it, right? So there's not like a lot of space ones that I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Let's see. So next we have Saints Row. Volition's rebooted Saints Row is decidedly less wacky than the series' previous two entries. Harkening back to a balance of ridiculous and grounded last seen in Saints Row the Third, the reveal was met with some skepticism from longtime Saints Row fans. But Volition is confident in its vision, responding to backlash by saying it's not backing down on this game. So it's basically like goofy Grand Theft Auto.
Isn't that what Saints Row is like always been?
Yeah, but normally it's like really goofy, and this is toning it down a little bit.
Okay.
And it's more like gang warfare, and the story matters, and it'll be a little goofy. Like, she's got like 9 rockets in that little rocket launcher right there. So it's not necessarily grounded.
That's a little goofy.
But I mean, the other one, they were like attacking each other with adult toys. So
okay.
It's toned down a little bit. But it looks cool. The combat looks really neat. And I mean, graphically, it's really good looking. So we'll see. The trailer was like a little bit cringy because it was clearly like the older generation trying to tap into cool millennials and Gen Z. Yeah, it was kind of cringy, but we'll see how it goes. It's slated to release August 23rd.
All right.
So Redfall was on this list, but Redfall got delayed, and that'll be coming out sometime next year. Don't have a date for that. And then Forspoken from PlayStation is coming October 11th. It's from Luminous Productions.
Did you listen to Wolf Den's podcast this week?
I didn't, actually.
He talks about, someone asks him, like, what do you think about Forspoken? And he's like, Forspoken? What's Forspoken? And he's like, oh, is that, at least if it's the one I'm thinking it is. It's the one where, like, the weird arm is, like, talking to him, right? Yeah. He's like, seems like a particle effect game that I don't care about at all, and it's going to be lame.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's new IP, so that's what people always think about new IP. So we're not sure really. It looks interesting. It says let's read it here. Forspoken has all the makings of a sleeper hit, from its interesting premise to its frenetic magic parkour traversal system. Square Enix's open world RPG has the potential to deliver big on both its narrative and gameplay. The developer is aiming to create the highest quality visuals ever for an open world video game, and it was all realized by a superstar writing team that includes Gary Whitta from Rogue One: A Star Wars Story and Amy Hennig from Uncharted. So I mean, it's got pedigree. Okay. It does look very good. The dialogue is just like a little weird in the trailers, and that's kind of people's biggest thing. And they haven't shown much of the game other than like the traversal mechanics and stuff.
Right.
So we'll see. I'll probably play it, but
yeah.
So this one I'm very excited for. Did you play any of the Arkham games, Luke?
No, I haven't played a single Arkham game.
Well, you're lucky because this is not related to them.
Sweet. Then I'm looking forward to Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights has the same kind of combat as the Arkham games.
Yep.
But Batman is dead, and it's about Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing, and Batgirl. You play as the 4 of them.
That's right. Yeah.
They're interchangeable. We'll have co-op, drop in, drop out co-op. So you can come over, grab a controller, play a mission, and then bounce. And it looks pretty cool. They've done a lot of gameplay recently. People are complaining that it looks unrealistic. Guess what? It's a video game about superheroes.
What?
It doesn't have to be realistic. Holy cow. Batman is dead, and the duty of protecting Gotham has fallen to Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood.
You know my favorite thing about Call of Duty? How realistic it is.
The third-person brawler supports single-player and two-player co-op with a combat system that's been entirely redesigned from the developers' Batman Arkham game.
Like when you get shot,
it's weird that this isn't related to the Arkham games.
Without like any medical attention. And
are you gonna stop?
And like when, super realistic.
Yeah, super realistic. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate that anecdote. Anyways, Batman looks good. Next, Scorn.
Hey, no, not Batman. Not Batman. Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
No Batman
it's
in this
Batman game.
No one is not.
Yes, he will be.
No,
there's no way.
He's dead.
He's not dead. He's Batman.
Dead. Okay.
He's not dead.
Batman
will be in this game.
Terry's Batman be in this game?
What are you talking about?
Terry, I forget his last name.
Terry McGinnis?
Batman Beyond Batman.
Yeah. No.
That would be. I mean, but if Batman's dead, like that's like the time frame wise, like that would be cool.
Batman's alive in Batman Beyond.
Well, yeah, but he's old.
Can we keep doing the podcast, please? You freaking goon. All right, Scorn. Let me read the description because I have no idea what this is. We were distributed and... Oh, disturbed. Oh, I know what this is.
I hate it when we get distributed. I ended up in Florida and you ended up in New York. Distribution problems.
For the audio listeners, I am grimacing at the camera right now.
He's scorning.
It's really hard to do a podcast with your little brother.
Just disturbed.
In case anyone was thinking about doing that.
We
were disturbed and delighted when Scorn resurfaced in May 2020 with an all-new trailer showcasing its H.R. Geiger-inspired aesthetic. The first-person horror game will finally be released in 2022 as an Xbox Series X and S console exclusive.
Ooh.
Yay, horror games.
Wait, what kind of horror game is this, though? Is it like...
it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Bummer. Yeah, I don't know. Horror games in general, like... They're just not, in my opinion, like, I've never been, like, scared by a horror game when I have, like,
I get so scared.
Good means to like fight back is what I mean.
Scared.
But the ones that are like scary to me are like the
where you have to run.
Amnesia. You know, like you have no means to fight back. You know, now unfortunately because of how good Amnesia did, like
it doesn't actually say it's a first person shooter. It says it's a first person horror game.
So. Okay. So maybe I don't know. I mean, I guess that's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it looks really cool.
But you know what I mean? Like
it looks very alien.
Having the means to fight back is like.
Yeah, no,
it does make it less scary, you know.
Totally. Like, but the trailer looks good. The graphics look good. I'm just stoked for a next gen horror game.
Yeah, same. I'm with you on that.
Starfield is also on this list, which is Bethesda's big new IP, which has also been delayed. Will be coming out early next year. They haven't updated the release date here, so let's just say all of these release dates are pending. How about that? Stalker 2, when this list was made, it was dated for December 8th. It's been a long road to Stalker 2. The game was first announced in 2010, rumored to be canceled in 2011, and then actually canceled in 2012. Years later, developer GSC Game World started fresh on the series' first numbered sequel, revealing it in 2020 as a unique blend of first-person shooter, immersive sim, and horror. It will launch onto Game Pass and will be a Series X exclusive for the first 3 months. Stalker and Stalker 2 are very gorgeous games. This one especially. And they're just known for being really good games. Looks really scary. Looks really fun.
It's a horror game, I take it? Like that's what it kind of is.
It's more like Fallout, but like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, looks neat. Next up is Lord of the Rings Gollum. 2022 offers gamers an opportunity to return to Middle-earth, this time as the mischievous Gollum. Unlike Lord of the Rings' previous Shadow of games, Gollum is not an open world action RPG, rather a narrative focused adventure with an emphasis on stealth and platforming. This will be coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. This is a really good looking game.
Is it?
It looks really cool.
But
so
why?
It's following the entire narrative of the Fellowship, Twin Towers, and
it is okay. So it's going through those 3 games. I mean those 3 movies, books.
And it follows Gollum throughout the whole thing.
Interesting.
So looks kind of cool.
I don't know. Maybe like that's cool. I guess.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Have you played any of the Shadows of games?
I have not.
I've heard they're really good.
I've heard they're very, very good.
And I didn't know they were open world. I didn't know that. But
yeah, they're open world, and they invented the Nemesis system, which they copyrighted and will be using in the new Wonder Woman game. And it's basically AI and a collection of systems in the game that allow NPCs to remember you after you defeat them or they defeat you. And they get stronger or weaker, and you build a story with those enemies. Yeah, it's actually very, very cool and very innovative.
All right.
And I'm very upset that they copyrighted it because that's not how game development usually works. They're bad people. Anyways,
you're
Homeworld
toxic.
3. Now, this was announced like 85 times during E3 last year, and I got so sick of it. It was like the bumper on every announcement. Like, guess what? We're making Homeworld 3, and it's really Homeworld 3, and it's not a dumb mobile game. It's really... I was like, okay, I get it. You're making Homeworld 3. What is that? Well, the nearly 20-year wait for Homeworld 3 will come to an end in late 2022. Gearbox releases the long-awaited space RTS sequel set generations after the events of Homeworld 2. Homeworld 3 raises the stakes with larger-scale battles, higher unit caps, and massive structures. It will include a campaign, multiplayer, and co-op mode with a roguelike twist, according to Blackbird.
Are these RTSs?
Yeah, they're on PC.
Okay.
And that is coming out sometime at the end of this year. And it looks to be pretty good if you like that kind of thing. I'm pretty much over RTSs. I only play the gimmicky ones like Star Wars. Next up, we have Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is slated to release the second half of this year, and it comes from Firaxis Games. Midnight Suns
who was Guardians? Was it Firaxis?
No,
it was Square Enix. Yeah. What has Firaxis done?
I don't know, actually.
Well, I'll look them up.
Okay.
About it.
Yeah, I'll read it. The synopsis here. Marvel's Midnight Suns is the next game from renowned strategy studio Firaxis. As a highly customizable character known as the Hunter, you'll be joined on your quest to take down Lilith by notable Marvel heroes such as Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Wolverine. Midnight Suns stands out from the studio's previous works as it incorporates a card battle system into its broader tactics gameplay. The system ties abilities to cards in a deck, similar to games like Slay the Spire. So this is a XCOM style strategy game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where you use cards in a deck, and it looks really dumb, and I couldn't care less.
Yeah, as soon as I saw who this was, I was like, they made all the Civilization games.
Oh, okay.
Civilization. They did make Sid Meier, or they at least helped with Sid Meier's Pirates in some extent.
Sid Meier's Pirates is awesome.
Sid Meier's Pirates was super fun. They did like all the Sid Meier's games.
Cool.
But I don't.
It's gonna be a $60 game.
Yeah,
that's I just don't. I'm not interested.
This is another Game Pass Day 1 that I might like give it a shot.
If it was on Game Pass and it was Saturday and it was raining and I had a microwaved hot dog
and a flat tire, and
then maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying, like, if it dropped on Game Pass Day 1, like, I might give it a shot. Like that, it would go. I will never play this game. Like.
Yeah.
Now, if it dropped on Game Pass, there are times where I'm like, oh, I don't know, like I want to try something new. Like, might as well try something new that's Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's cool we're getting more Marvel games though. Like that's neat. Like just
lots of Marvel.
Recently, we've been getting more stuff, and it seems like
and I'm hoping for more.
I'm actually like, it seems like we're getting better, like movie related video games.
That's because they stopped trying to make them the movie.
Right, exactly.
Like they're not just licensed games anymore, and movie people are starting to realize the value of video games, and it's far more than, oh, let's attach this as a marketing scheme.
Right. Well, because like when like I remember playing the Iron Man game when after the movie came out,
fine,
and it was not. It was lame. It wasn't like it was. It was fine. Yeah, exactly. It was fine. Like it was. I don't know. It was
when
nothing.
I figured out that the
was
360
nothing special.
you could play
like,
music while you play your game.
Oh yeah.
I played Switchfoot while I was playing Iron Man, and there's a song called Ammunition, and it's like,
okay. Sure.
It was super. It was really fun.
I was waiting so I played ACD. I turned on ACDC while I played Iron Man.
I didn't have any ACDC CDs.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Grew up in a Christian household.
Yeah, and
rock and roll was the devil.
Yeah, yep, that's right. That's what our parents said.
You clearly remember a childhood very different from mine. I wasn't allowed to listen to Guns N' Roses until I was 15.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, what I was trying to say was Iron Man would have been so much of a better game if it just had its own storyline.
Yeah.
Like
agreed.
Story is so much for me like what makes me want to play the game. Like if a game has a good story, I will spend so much I will spend a long time playing the game, like learning the story and finding out about it.
I feel like I'm more willing to forgive bad story if the gameplay is good, not the other way around.
See, I think I'm more willing to...
If the story's really good, but the gameplay is not interesting to me, I'll watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I largely agree with that, but it does kind of depend. Like, once I'm hooked, I'm hooked, you know? Well, some people don't like BioWare's system at all. Like...
No, for you, personally.
Let's see.
Like, what's a game that you're like, I don't enjoy playing this game, but the story is so good that I'll stick it out? I feel like you know.
Yeah, I guess I can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But I'm also not as like picky about gameplay as I feel like a lot of people are.
Well, picky about gameplay just means, is it fun or not?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, again, for instance, there are some people who won't touch like BioWare style, like old BioWare style games.
Yeah, but that's because they don't think it's fun.
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying. Anyways, my point is, like, the gameplay of Iron Man wasn't terrible. Like it was fine.
Right.
But you put that fine gameplay with
a fine
with a story that we've already seen. We already know how to end. And then on top of that, you have to like kind of stretch it out and fill it, and like then it's no good. Like so the fact that we didn't get Spider-Man Homecoming, we got Spider-Man. What was it just Spider-Man? The Insomniac one?
Oh, I don't. Did that?
I don't know if it was, but I feel like they were kind of close to each other. You know?
Yeah, but they were unrelated.
No, I know they were but my point is, we didn't get a Spider-Man Homecoming game. We got a completely different Spider-Man game.
Incredible.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If they would have tried to make it Homecoming, it would have sucked. Yes,
that's my point. It's I think you're right. Yeah. I think that largely that is part of the reason that we're getting better games like that.
Guardians, same thing. Had nothing to do with the movies.
Nothing to do with them
at all. Was set in a different universe. Yep. Like this is our own story, our own Guardians, and it was
tangent. Do you think
good.
We ever see those Guardians in some kind of multiverse?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be kind of cool.
It's really complicated to try doing that between. There's so many hands that need to get shaken.
Just like
sure.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I mean, like the fact that this at least has Marvel's name on it means that it's more likely for me to pick it up.
Yeah. But I'm not going to play it. Next is a Plaguetail Requiem. So this is the sequel to Plague Tale, revealed at E3 2021. It is the first... Nope. Well, the first was regarded as one of 2019's best narrative-focused games, and Requiem looks to build on that success with the return of the brother-sister protagonists, Amika and Hugo. It will come to Xbox Game Pass at launch. And the release window is just this year. Have you played Plague Tale?
No.
I think you would like it a lot.
Yeah, I think so too.
I enjoyed Plague Tale very much. You could probably play it on PC.
Maybe, yeah.
You might even be able to play it on Game Pass on PC.
Yeah, what I need to do is I need to get my Series X back hooked up in here. Now that we're like starting to figure things out,
definitely.
I'll get my wall mount back in and
definitely.
Yeah,
get your Series X in here and play Plaguetail because it is super fun. I never finished it. I will now that they announced the sequel. I definitely will go back and finish. But it's really gorgeous game. It's set in a really cool time. It's in the medieval time during the Black Plague, but it's got like a fantasy twist, but it's not overt. It's pretty subtle and it's very good. So great narrative, great gameplay. And the sequel's coming out this year. So get on that, people. Play your Plague Tales. Let's see. Arc 2 is a video game with giant dinosaurs and Vin Diesel. That should be more than enough to base your purchasing decision on. Though if you must know more, it's an action-adventure survival game set in a hostile world that blends prehistoric environments with far future technology. Ark Survival is a very popular game.
Yep.
And people really like it. I've never played it.
I've heard it's very glitchy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
That. Ark Survival? Like dinosaurs and...
Yeah, I thought so.
Huh. Well, you don't have to deal with the glitches because this is coming
super
out.
Glitchy too, right? Like Days Gone, something like that. The zombie game.
Those are both.
Well, one of them is really popular and glitchy. I don't know. My point is no. My point is like just that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Like dealing with the random glitch or whatever. It's not.
Well, you don't have to deal with them very long because Arc 2 is coming out this year on Xbox Series X and PC.
PlayStation.
And it's got Vin Diesel. Cool.
And dinosaurs.
Kind of weird. This one,
hey, Arc 2 is all about family,
so,
okay?
The new Avatar is coming out this year.
Family.
And I couldn't care less because the first movie was the most mid movie I've ever seen.
Same. I mean, it looked cool.
That being said, when we went to Disney World, what was the best ride at Disney World?
Rise of the Resistance.
What was the second best ride at Disney World?
Avatar Flight of Passage.
Absolutely.
Well, okay, sorry.
I could care less about...
Second best would be Smuggler's Run.
Let me rephrase that. I couldn't care less about Avatar and the world and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
The ride was awesome.
People
and the game
love that
movie. The game is potentially going to be very awesome.
People love that movie.
Yeah, I don't
remember what theater I was in.
James Cameron is one of the best directors in Hollywood. Has been since Terminator 1. I freaking love that dude. He makes really good stuff. Avatar is fine.
It's just fine.
It's the most fine anything.
Yeah, and I mean it's also a story that like is not the basic story beats like we've all seen before.
With Wolves. It's Pocahontas.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't but I went to a movie recently, I forget which one it was, but they showed the trailer for the next Avatar movie.
Yeah.
And the theater was like, "Oh, it's Avatar." Like everyone was so excited for it.
That's
it's really weird to me. I think
watch it not even be in 3D.
Well, I think part of it is that the fact that it was like the first big movie with real 3D, you know, and like it was like much better 3D. It wasn't the blue and red glasses, you know, like so people kept going back to see it because of how like neat 3D was. And then you also got to think about like I mean when did Avatar come out? Like 2009, something like that.
I think 2010.
2010.
Okay. There, yeah.
But you've got like a lot of kids seeing that are now adults, you know, like
so there's nostalgia.
Yeah, there's nostalgia. Like it's a very I mean like we were kids too when we saw it, but like I mean but I don't know. I think Dad trashed on the movie really hard after we saw it too, and like so that might have...
The visual effects are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like
yeah, it's
what they're able to accomplish
movie
with like merely CGI is really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
That being said, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora was announced back in 2017, and revealed in 2021. And it's a first-person, open-world action-adventure game set in Pandora. Like the film Frontiers of Pandora pits the Na'vi against humans and their mechs. It's in development at Massive Entertainment, the Ubisoft studio behind Division.
Man,
So Massive is a great developer. Division and Division 2 are very good games. So this has potential. I'll play it.
Don't care. Like I don't know. It's like it's just like
a good game.
I feel like
it's
it
like
can.
The ride. That's
I
feel like
it can just go on the stack of the open world games that like I don't know.
I think just because of the setting, it makes this interesting.
Maybe. Like, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm
especially
not, like,
especially
because
I just have like such a backlog
and
of
we
stuff
haven't
to
really
play.
seen any. Like, we saw a cinematic trailer, so but it's set to release sometime this year, so we'll see what happens. Next up is a very long-awaited game. We've got Bayonetta 3, which was finally revealed in September of 2021, 4 years after it was first announced. The long-awaited reveal showed off Bayonetta's new moves and hairstyle, along with our first look at new enemies and areas within Bayonetta's 3 ravaged Tokyo. It will release sometime in 2022, exclusively on Switch. And this game has got me so excited that I'm going to be playing the first 2 and trying to beat those before this comes out. I'm expecting this to be October, November release.
Probably.
I'm thinking probably October because it's like kind of creepy, kind of Halloween-y.
Sure.
You know? November we get our Zelda port. Or no, wait. When is Pokemon coming out? We don't have a date, do we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have a date.
Double check.
So November will be either Pokemon or Zelda, and then December will be the other one.
Wait, Zelda? What do you mean?
We get a Zelda release every year. So at this E3 Direct that is supposedly getting announced this week, we will probably get a reveal of Twilight Princess Wind Waker port to Switch.
Oh my gosh, I want
Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons remake. So that's kind of what I'm betting on getting announced next and coming out this fall.
Yeah, I want Wind Waker so bad.
So we've got another horror game coming out for you, Luke.
This.
Oh, you got something else? What's up?
It just says 2022 for Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like September's too soon.
September's too soon. I feel like November.
I think November, and then
Bayonetta October.
It could be December.
Bayonetta October. Makes sense. November
Zelda
makes
November
sense.
Is
Bayonetta October, Zelda November,
Pokemon
December. Yeah, that puts Pokemon, like mainline Pokemon games, about a year away from each other.
Well, and it'll be ready for Christmas.
Right. So. Yeah, so like early December. You know. So.
And I think Pokemon will do better around Christmas.
Same. Well, yeah, totally agree.
So next is the Callisto Protocol. Horror fans are going to want to keep an eye on the Callisto Protocol, a new sci-fi horror game helmed by Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield.
Ooh.
While the Callisto Protocol looks the part of a Dead Space spiritual successor, it's actually set in the same universe as a different game, PUBG. Regardless, Schofield and Co. are aiming to make this the scariest game on next-gen platforms.
I laugh at that.
Have you played Dead Space?
No.
This is the guy. He made the game.
They give you a gun in Dead Space.
When you look at top 10 horror games of all time, Dead Space is always in that list. Always.
No, it's not.
Dead Space is always in the list. I'm not saying it's number 1. Look up the list right now. We're gonna do a magic trick.
Games
Ready?
of all time.
Zap. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me Dead Space, Steve. What's the Family Feud music? How does that go? Hey, it's Family Feud today. It's Family Feud.
I don't think that's.
It's Family
is that
Feud
right?
today, and I'm not eating food. Hey.
Okay.
List.
I'm trying. Okay. This list is bad. It's not number 1.
Of course.
Not number 2. Not number 3.
It will be in the top 10, guaranteed.
Not number 4. Not number 5. Now I need to go back a page.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
give me just a second. I clicked on the
Is
worst.
this really worth proving me wrong?
The worst list of all time. Okay, so let's see. Number 10 is Dead Space. What
did I tell you? I'm so proud of that. That's
okay.
Awesome. Okay. Next up, we have God of War Ragnarok. Sony's biggest first-party release of 2022 is undoubtedly God of War Ragnarok. Santa Monica Studios' follow-up to IGN's 2018 Game of the Year. That was a weird way to plug your own website. Ragnarok continues the father-son story of Kratos and Atreus, while including new characters from Norse mythology such as Thor and Odin. I am so excited for this game. I gotta finish the first God of War. I'm like 3/4 of the way through. It's super, super fun. The combat is really good. It is one of the most gorgeous games, and the PS5 patch makes it look even better. The relationship between Atreus and Kratos is really compelling. There's some really good writing, some really good story beats and other characters and everything. And the world is just so interesting. They took a Greek god and put him in a Norse god setting, and it's just super cool how that works. So that's really exciting. Some new weapons for Kratos. Looks like Atreus is still going to be there by your side, and I'm guessing he'll probably be playable at some point. Like there will be a mission where Kratos is gone and you play as Atreus or something like that. That's just a guess. But it looks really good, and they're bringing in Thor and Odin, and it'll just be fun. So that'll be on PS5 and PS4. It comes out sometime this year.
Next, we have Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't care about Harry Potter at all. I think all the movies are fine.
I haven't seen them all.
This game looks so sick.
It does. It looks super fun. So some interesting stuff about it. You start as a 5th-year student, but it's your first year at Hogwarts, if I recall from the trailer properly.
What does that mean?
So, like, you got accepted late, basically, but because of your age, they slot you into the 5th year of the program. So you're like behind. You've got a lot to like.
Oh, weird.
So that's just super interesting in general. Like, okay. I mean, for the game, like that's super interesting.
Yeah, sure.
You're starting behind and stuff. There is. I forget how many spells, but there's tons of different spells to learn.
Oh yeah, there's tons of spells. There's tons of recipes for like potions, and you can cook, and you can fly. You can go to, what's the city called nearby Hogwarts?
Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade?
I think so.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Go to that city. I think you can go to Diagon Alley.
Probably. That's where you get your wand.
You get this little snow globe thing. That is your house, and you get to go in.
Right.
You go inside the snow globe, and you can have pets. You can do your house up and stuff.
You get to explore the entire Hogwarts
you can
castle.
Explore all of the castle, all of the school. You can go outside. You learn how to train your beasts. You learn spells. You learn. It looks so good.
And
you know what this reminds me of?
You know the best part about this game?
What?
J.K. Rowling's not involved.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Dantooine in Coder.
Sure.
It's like if they turn that into a whole game, and that's Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it. It looks like there'll be plenty of side quests, and the main story looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
This is 100 years before Harry Potter.
Yep.
So there will be a couple familiar characters, I think, but for the most part, it'll be totally its own story.
Wait, 100 years before? Are you sure?
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was
Dumbledore's not it.
I thought this was like 1800s. Is when this took place. Which, I mean, I guess that's about 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was in the 1800s. Yeah,
I guess maybe.
So, no, that's good. I think that's a good thing. Like,
I guess if you count from Harry's dad.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Sure. But
yeah, it looks interesting. It looks gonna be on the Switch.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like, either it's just gonna run really poorly or it's really well optimized. Like,
right.
This game is gonna be on the Switch. That is crazy.
It looks really good.
It looks really, really good.
I'm very excited to play it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Whoa, Layers of Fear? What's that about?
So a new horror game in the Layers of Fear.
The Layers of Fear.
You want to do this?
A new horror game in the Layers of Seer is coming out in 2022. I can't read that. It's too far away.
Developer Bloober Team revealed the project with a teaser trailer showcasing its use of Unreal Engine 5. The series' previous entry, Layers of Fear 2, was released in 2019 and earned a 9 out of 10 from our favorite website, IGN.
It has a little something for everyone. So Layers of Fear 2 was not as good as 1. We played 1 together.
Yeah, we did.
1 was really good.
Had a blast.
It was super interesting.
And spooky.
Yeah. We'll have to do a play or something for Patreon or something like that. That'd be fun.
Because I haven't played it.
Yeah, for 2. That would be good. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for this. 2 was not as good as 1 in my opinion, it wasn't as creepy as 1, but I also played it with other people. I mean, I guess I played 1 with you for the first time. Yeah, I don't think 2 was as creepy as 1.
I love it's scary and it's creepy and it's really trippy. Like the graphics are like you turn around, you're in a different room, then you turn back around and it's really weird. But the way that they use that for puzzles is really cool.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
And then of course 100%ing it and getting all the endings. And there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with this game. The first one was essentially a walking simulator though, which
I mean, so was the second one.
I would like some more to do, so maybe in this one they'll give us that.
Maybe.
But they haven't even said what platforms it's going to be on. It's scheduled to release this year.
I assume everything. So, like, that's what Layers of Fear is on.
Yeah.
It's on
it's
not on Switch.
I'm just saying it doesn't have a title. It doesn't have
it is on Switch. Layers of Fear is on Switch.
Yeah, eventually it was.
Yeah.
They ported it later, but...
yeah, no, that's exciting, though. I would assume late this year.
Yeah, probably.
What you just did was so heartbreaking.
I know. Don't worry about it. Mario Plus
for the record, he scrolled past Breath of the Wild 2
because it got delayed.
Because it's been delayed.
Coming out early next year.
But we had to see it, and it was like...
Listen, it was at max a 6-month delay, and I want this game to be perfect. If they have to delay it again, I agree.
I agree. I am generally on the same thought process as delays.
Please.
Delays are good for games.
Please.
It still pumps me out.
It's still a huge bummer, but Breath of the Wild 2 needs to be perfect.
No, I agree.
So please, Mr. Aonuma, take your time. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The unexpected Nintendo Ubisoft collaboration continues in 2022 with Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, a sequel to 2017 Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom. The follow-up features less linear levels and more fluid combat with 9 playable characters, including Mario, Luigi, Peach, and their Rabbid counterparts. I played the first one. It's like XCOM, but when you put Nintendo into something, it makes it amazing. It makes it so much fun. It makes it so good. The Rabbids are the dumbest characters in any franchise ever. I will continue to say that. I would rather play a game with Jar Jar Binks as the main character who turns out to be a Sith Lord. That's what I would.
Jar Jar Binks is
and
a Sith
make
Lord.
It canon. No,
Jar Jar Binks is the Sith Lord.
Stop. I really didn't think you would be on that train. That's frustrating. Anyways, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope looks really good. They're making it was grid based before, and it'll still be mostly grid based, I think. But instead of going to an exact circle, it gives you like a square. Instead of going to a specific square on the grid, it gives you a big circle that you can kind of move in.
Okay. Sure.
However you want. The animation and the graphics on this game are so good. It looks like a Pixar Nintendo game. It's so pretty. Yeah. And it's just fun, Sure. Like that's all Nintendo cares about is if it's fun. So you put in the Rabbids, I don't care, but make the combat fun.
We missed Strikers.
Oh yeah. So Mario Strikers comes out this month. June. Yeah. Is it June yet?
No.
It's pretty much June. By the time this release, it'll be June, right?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah,
anyways,
tomorrow's the 31st.
I think it's June 20 something. It's like the end of the month. Mario Strikers is coming the end of the month. And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mario Soccer.
I don't really care.
Really?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to play it.
Well, let's at least play it on launch. Like come over and play it, and maybe Katrina will come.
We'll see.
It'll be fun. I like party games. I don't know. Luke doesn't like party games except for Mario Party.
Hold up. I like party games.
This is a party game.
I don't like soccer.
It's like dope soccer though.
I don't know. I'm very like I do like party games, but I don't know. Like I didn't play Mario Golf. Like I didn't Mario Strikers. Golf is
really fun.
Yeah, like
I'm excited for Mario Strikers because one, it's a return to a series that hasn't been around for a long time that fans really wanted. Yes. And two, because I just like stuff like this. I like Mario Sluggers.
I'm glad that they're making it like for making it, but it's not. This game isn't for me.
Yeah. Oh well. I just like games with Louis. So Mario plus Rabbids and Mario Strikers, I'm very excited for. Next we have Nightingale, which is a shared world game from Inflection Games, a new studio comprised of ex-Bioware developers, including the renowned studio's former GM Aaron Flynn. It's billed as a survival crafting game with first-person combat featuring guns, melee weapons, and magic. Nightingale is housed in a fantastical Victorian setting, which Flynn says is as rich and full of history and life as anything we've ever worked on in the past. Luke, do you know what a shared world game is?
No. Oh, wait.
It's
Death Stranding.
It's
right?
essentially an MMO.
Yeah, but you don't ever see other players, right?
I think
or
you do. I think
is
you
it
do.
Are Souls shared world games?
Souls and Death Stranding are like affected by other players. I don't know.
Like
If
I haven't played
though.
Death Stranding, but like I was told that like if someone built a bridge on their console, that bridge is in
until
your
it gets
game.
Destroyed or something.
Right.
I haven't played Death Stranding, so I'm not.
So can you come across other players like
in Nightingale? Yeah. You can like team up with other people, but I don't think you can team up with people unwillingly. I think you have to invite them to your game.
Okay, see that's what I think
it's probably a mixture of Death Stranding.
This sounds awesome.
It sounds neat.
Really cool.
It sounds neat. Yeah. The visuals are really unique. And because of the way that everybody progresses at different levels, you can have characters all together from different like levels of, it seems like, technology. So I'm not really sure, but Nightingale looks neat. It's gonna be on PC only, and it's set to release sometime this year.
Yeah, it does. It looks really. It kind of it reminds me a little of Fable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yep, and I don't know, Bioware. The guys that used to work at Bioware are my favorite game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm assuming that they probably have something to do with like the Dragon Age games. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know exactly.
It just says X developers. So
anything at old Bioware, Mass Effect, Coder, Dragon Age, like all those games are amazing.
Yeah. Next is the Outlast Trials. You're getting all kinds of good stuff this year, buddy. The Outlast Trials is a co-op spin on Red Barrel's terrifying horror franchise, in which you attempt to survive sadistic Cold War era human experiments. While the series' first 2 games were strictly single player, Outlast Trials can be played alone or with up to 3 other players. As the developer said, "It's always better when you poop your pants in good company."
Disagree.
Yeah, I totally disagree. That's terrible. It's coming to PC and other platforms, and it's set to release sometime this year.
Cool. Very excited for that.
Sonic Frontiers is the Breath of the Wild moment for Sonic.
This is so weird to me.
I can't. If it's good, it's gonna be so good.
I can't understand. It doesn't compute. Like I don't understand how this is.
I've always wanted a Flash game, like Barry Allen.
Yeah.
You know, the Flash, or just a game where you can run at super speed in an open world. And this seems like it's gonna be one of the first games to really give us that. And it's Sonic. It's the blue blur. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Like
I know. I don't know.
I'm stoked. Everything we've seen about this, which admittedly is not very much, but it shows the big open world, big loop-de-loops for him to run through, big towers for him to run up.
Yeah.
And it looks really neat. It looks like somebody is in trouble and you got to go save them, and you've got a big old world to play in. And I don't know. I hope it's good. It's called open zone gameplay. So I imagine that's like several big areas, you know, which never made a big.
Not really.
I definitely prefer seamless open world, but
totally.
You know, sometimes it's easier to progress story wise when you do.
Right.
So yeah, and then we talked about last week how they're shooting for high scores with this. So hopefully it gets high scores. Hopefully they do well. It's coming to everything: Series X, PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC. So all kinds of stuff. Very excited.
Yeah.
Next is Splatoon 3. This
big year for Nintendo.
This recently got a date. August, September,
November.
I think it's September.
December.
Because it switched with Xenoblade 3, which got moved up.
January, February.
I think
I thought we were naming months.
I think Xenoblade 3 got moved up to July.
September 9th.
And that got moved to September.
This is a big year for Nintendo. Oh, we didn't talk about Xenoblade either. So there's definitely some misses
so Xenoblade,
here.
Yeah. Xenoblade 3 is coming out I'm pretty sure it's in July. And that game is probably the most visually impressive game on Switch so far. We'll see what Hogwarts and Sonic and all the other stuff coming out this year looks like. But Xenoblade 3 looks very, very good. Huge open worlds, really well-rendered graphics. And every trailer that comes out, the graphics are slowly improving. So that's exciting. Splatoon 3 is probably going to be the first Splatoon that I'll play because it is going to have a story campaign for single player. So that'll be really cool. And it looks kind of like Borderlands-y, which is interesting. So the synopsis for this is Nintendo's colorful shooter is back with its familiar ink splattering multiplayer and an all-new single-player campaign. Called Return of the Mammalians, the campaign focuses on the return of mammals to the world of Splatoon. It's multiplayer. Meanwhile, it retains core mechanics while introducing new weapons and customization options. So, yeah, it looks great. Splatoon 2 did really well. I'm sure Splatoon 3 will do at least as well. Probably better.
I think the single player aspect will make it do better as long as it's good.
I'm gonna pick it up and play it. So
yeah, and you didn't play 2.
I didn't play 1 or 2.
So, but yeah, I mean that's huge. Like packed last half. I feel like the front half of the year's been a little slow.
No, the front half was loaded. You're crazy.
I mean, kind of.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay. We got other games.
Yeah, those other games. I feel like it's been a little slow,
especially
like the past month.
Well, the past month for sure.
Yeah.
May has been slow. June will be a little slow, but after the end of
June will be held over in June with video game news. Like we're getting State of Play. We're probably gonna get a direct. Probably gonna get a Summer Games Fest.
There's been a ton of games.
No, I know there has. There's been some good stuff. I just mean like, I don't know. Looking at that, it seems like the back half of the year is definitely more packed than the front half.
Always
you know,
is.
like I mean, we're getting another Pokemon game in the back half. You know, so like
and hopefully
Wind Waker.
I want Wind Waker Twilight so much. If they do a double pack for $60, I'll take back everything bad I ever said about Nintendo.
I will buy both games for $60 individually.
Same. I'll just buy it twice. So, Luke, what have you been playing?
Coder.
Yeah?
Playing some more Coder. Yep. I just finished the Leviathan.
Oh, nice.
I'm doing a kind of a fun playthrough.
You're like
also like just
over halfway in.
Some Coder possible spoilers. I'll try not to, but just skip
try
ahead.
Not to.
Yeah. So I got to I'm doing a different playthrough this time. Like usually I do light side or dark side, and that's what I play through the whole time. I'm switching in the middle now. So I've been light side the whole time.
That seems counterintuitive.
But now
so you found out the thing and
now I'm gonna go dark side. And then I planned it so I'm going to Korriban, where I'm going to switch to the dark side.
Honestly, I can't play Coder now because I'm so stoked for Coder 2. And I'm not gonna play it until the DLC comes out. Like I'm just so ready.
That's why I'm excited for Coder. That's why I'm glad I'm playing Coder 1 now. Yeah, that way I can play the second one.
Totally.
I probably won't play the second one until the restored content drops because I want to play it with the restored content. But yeah, and then Halo. The new season for Halo 2 came out. It is good. So most recently they've been doing an event, a game mode called Land Grab.
Okay.
I don't know. So basically it's like domination
from an event like Fiesta or
yeah, so it's like they do it for a week, and then I'm assuming Land Grab will work its way into rotation eventually.
Battle Pass or
it has its own like unlockable stuff
like
for
Fiesta
this event
did.
Specifically. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly. Like the Samurai event. The Samurai event started as Fiesta, and then it switched over to attrition. But yeah, it does. The armor is super cool.
Nice.
It's like Wolfenstein, World War I, like so. There's like this big gas mask that you can unlock and stuff.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
So if I pick back up, I didn't finish my battle pass.
You can finish it.
I can.
Yeah.
Do I have to buy it again though?
Not the first one.
Okay.
So basically, it lets you.
So I have that first battle pass forever.
Yes.
That's cool.
and then you can switch on which one you want to work on.
Nice.
Which is really neat. It
cool.
gives you something to work on. But the new battle pass is cool. Lots of cool stuff in the new one. The new map is cool. Well, I guess new maps. I haven't played a lot on the other one because I think they did 2 big team battle maps and 1 quick play, and I pretty much just play 4v4. I'm not
I really like big team.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not a big team battle fan. Some of my complaints about the the weekly events seem to have been corrected a little bit. They seem to have made them a little bit easier. There's still the frustrating thing. Like, I had an oddball. I had to complete an oddball match, and then I had to kill someone carrying the ball. So I waited till those were in my 4, and then I played 20 quick play matches before I got oddball.
Nice.
Which is a lot, you know. So that's frustrating. Especially when that's all you have left.
Right.
So there's still a little bit of that. I really wish you could pick your game mode. And then you should be able to pick your game mode in a different queue, and then quick play should be what it is, where it just is a random rotation. Literally, that's been every first-person shooter video game I've ever played.
Well, especially also Halo.
Also with events, the fact that, you have challenges and stuff to unlock, those other game modes will see people in them, because when you need oddball, Right. But no, it's been super fun. Yeah, so far so good for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you play, because I'll definitely hop on and play.
For sure.
I've been missing playing, so I have not been playing anything. I've been so busy. I've had all kinds of stuff to do. So
fake gamer.
I know. I'm a geek famer.
You're a fake
Sorry about
gamer.
it. I've been playing
I'm
with
a
my
bigger
lightsaber.
gamer than you.
And watching all kinds of Star Wars content. So,
which we are going to be talking about on our Patreon.
Yeah. So hop over to
Patreon conversation is going to be about Obi-Wan, maybe some other Star Wars stuff in there. Yeah, and
mostly Obi-Wan. It'll be the first 2 episodes came out this week, and we'll be doing a discussion and review.
Yeah, which is kind of what most of our Patreon content will be
for the next
until,
6 weeks.
Well, no, because we got 2 episodes, so we only have 4 more weeks of Obi-Wan.
And next 5 weeks.
Well, there's only 4 more episodes.
Yeah, next 4 weeks.
How math works. So yeah, check us out on Patreon. Drop a comment on YouTube.
Yeah, please.
Spotify.
Drop a comment, leave a like.
Ask us questions.
Do all that stuff.
We would love some questions.
We're just begging for them. Send them our way. I've been getting comments from TikTok lately and doing it that way. But I forgot to post TikTok of last week's podcast, so I didn't get any comments.
Whoops.
But yeah, you can leave a comment on Spotify. Please rate and review us on any of the platforms that you're on.
Apple
makes a huge difference, especially on Apple. As far as placement goes, I got an email actually from Apple that said we were in the top X number of gaming podcasts, and I went and checked, and I think that was all of them. So yeah, thanks Apple.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So. Thanks.
You can find me, Plays at Night, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd.
Just gonna end the podcast.